Hello and welcome to Calm Lines, a space to find calm through drawing. You're welcome to just watch. I love watching people draw and paint, but I'd also encourage you to pick up a pen or pencil yourself and draw with me if you feel inspired to. The way I'm drawing is free from expectations, so perfect for those who might feel that they cannot draw. In this video, I'll be sharing one of my favourite patterns to work with. This one is inspired by waves, and I'll go through a few different ideas. But firstly, I'll simply show you how I like to create this one. I'm starting with a square, but you can choose any shape. So firstly, I create the outline of each wave. This makes it simpler to not lose track of where each wave will lie. I find this also helps me relax more into the next step of line drawing because I don't really need to think about it anymore. Once your first lines are down, then you simply follow each one. You can go top to bottom or the other way, it's up to you, and you just follow the first line until you meet the next one. And there you go, that's your shape filled with beautiful lines. So another way to work that I absolutely love because it totally frees you from the critical part of your mind is to draw with your eyes closed. You might want to protect any surface below your paper for this one, as it's quite easy to let your lines wander from the page. So taking the shapes you've just been creating, you can now add them to the page however you like, but with your eyes closed. This can often end up like a chaotic mess, but sometimes ends up with beautiful or at least very unique work. I find this particularly soothing with some music playing and kind of letting the music help guide your hand. I'll leave a playlist in the description if you need some music inspiration. Another favourite practice of mine is continuous line drawing. Now this really can sometimes make some beautiful lines, and I also love how it helps to really see how things are all interconnected. So with this you just start a line and then your pen cannot leave the page until you finish. You may end up with some quite unconventional lines as you move across the page. Again, I find this really helps to leave my critical mind at the door and just have fun in the movement. Final practice I'd like to share with you starts with just drawing a very wild line. As Paul Klee said, a line is a dot that went for a walk, so really hold that idea in mind here as you take your dot for a walk across the page. You want to be creating different enclosed spaces, whether that's a few big ones or lots of little ones or a mix of the two is totally up to you. Next you then fill these spaces with some pattern work. You can either repeat the same pattern, so fill all the spaces with the waves here for example, which can look really beautiful and concise. Not that it matters if it looks beautiful, but sometimes it feels more satisfying when your drawing ends up being beautiful, and this is definitely more just about the process than the result. You could also choose to fill each space with a different pattern. I'll be making more videos on different patterns, but for now you can find a selection on my website, which you're welcome to copy from. I'll leave a link in the description below. From there you can right click and save the patterns to print out too. I encourage you to practice this pattern away from a screen next. Take yourself and your paper and find a nice place to sit and just freely draw and fill a page. I find drawing like this really helps my mind settle, as my hand is preoccupied but not much attention is needed. It's giving my mind space to wander. If I'm being on my phone too much means there's too much input, constantly receiving information and not allowing my mind a little freedom to roam or time to just settle. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear about your experiences and any ideas or feedbacks or questions you have for me. You're welcome to also sign up to my Substack, where I'll share any updates like new videos or new patterns added to the collective. You can find Calm Lines on Instagram at calm__lines. Also feel free to share your drawings there too and use the hashtag calm__lines. It would make my day to see what you create. Bye for now and happy calm drawing.